Hi guys, and welcome back to Momma Jess Knits. Today is April 20th. It is a Monday, and this is episode 19. I'm Jess, coming to you from Virginia. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under Momma Jess Knits. I have a Ravelry group that is under Momma Jess Knits Podcast. And I have a Facebook group, which is just under Momma Jess Knits. Hope you guys are doing well. I did not film last week because last week was insane at my house. Which I think I say that every week, but last week was truly insane. We had to have a plumber come out, and we had him come out to fix like a leaking toilet, and we had discovered a leak in our basement. Which ended up being our wash machine. So not only did I have a plumbing bill, I also had to go get a new washer. And we went ahead and got a new dryer also because our dryer wasn't drying completely on one cycle after everything had been cleaned out and everything. So it wasn't the vents. And in my experience in the past, once your washer dries, your dryer is going to die, or vice versa. All right, let's get started. I do have a couple of finished objects today, actually. I am sorry, I'm trying not to bump the chair that you guys are propped up on. My first finished object are a pair of Lolo Did It Hippo for Mom 2019 socks. I didn't do different colored heels, toes, or cuffs. I just kind of wanted a solid pair. So there we go. And of course, now that I'm podcasting, I hear one of my neighbors mowing. I was trying to get this done before anybody got out and mowed, or the little kids I'm watching wake up, but unfortunately one of them is awake. Just noticed, so this might be short. Sorry, I'm trying to reach my other finished object. I finished my daughter's baby doll hat. So this is my daughter's doll. Her, forget what they're called, where they look like real life babies. She's actually had this out in public and people thought it was a real baby. But this is her daughter, Alexis. And there is her, this hat is the Barley hat by Tin Can Knits. And I did it in the baby size. I actually made it a tiny bit shorter than what the baby size called for, because I was afraid that it was going to be too big, and it still is. But here is that hat, and it matches my daughter Avery's hat. And I just finished that up about 30 minutes ago, I guess. And we've already gotten pictures taken in it and all that good stuff. So she's very excited to have that. Let's see. I do have a half-finished object for you guys today. And that is, get it on a sock blocker. So this yarn is Felici's, Knit Picks Felici, and this is in the Rose Garden colorway. It's not showing up very good on my screen, but then I noticed that whenever I actually upload the podcast, it shows the colors pretty well. But this is the Rose Garden colorway and the Knit Picks Felici. And this is going to be my hippo socks will be my April socks for my box of socks that are just all hippo socks by Lolo Did It. And then my other box of socks will be other socks that I've made myself. So these will be my April socks for that box. I'm doing pretty good. I am right on target for my hippo socks box. And then if I finish these rose garden socks by the end of this month, I'll be on track for that. And now I'm going to move into my works in progress. And I am keeping that in my yarn bowl that my uncle made me. And that is the second sock to my Knit Picks Felici Rose Garden. And that is sock number 2. My other work in progress is in my Ginger Snap That bag, my little hedgehogs. And that is Lane's second sock, and I'm just barely starting the hill on that one. And that is in the Heritage Prints, Cascade Heritage Prints in colorway 21. I'm hoping to have these done by the end of April also. That might be a bit of a challenge though, because I still have some stuff I need to make this month. We'll see. I have high hopes. Another work in progress I have is I actually did a couple rows on my Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by PJ Allen. And I'm on the decreases now. So I actually did work some on that. And that is being done in Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. I think this color may just be called teal. I can't remember. But I love it. I love how soft it is and everything. All right, my next 2 works in progress is I got some squares done on my memory blankets. I actually worked on both of them. Yesterday, Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady podcast, she does on Instagram what she calls Scrappy Sunday. And that's where she works on her scrappy projects for just those for the day. I guess just those for the day. That's what I did yesterday. I started my morning out with my socks, and I got the cuff done on those. And then I switched over, and I did nothing but work on my scrappy blanket until about 9:30ish last night. And then I worked on the dishcloth a little bit. I worked on the baby hat a little bit. And then I finished up the baby hat this morning. So I'm going to show you my small one first. And try not to throw the yarn I've got attached to it. So, let's see. Nope. So here is my small one. And I think I don't remember what square I was on the top row, but I completed the top row. Sorry about that, guys. Got all the ends I need to weave in, hanging out. So there's that. And then I started this little square yesterday. So I've got 30 squares complete on here. And then I'm going to work my way up this way, and then I'll probably come back across the top and just keep going in that, like do a row up the side and then over. I want to try to keep it kind of like a rectangle / square. So there's that one. Now on my big one, I got lots more done. I took a picture and I posted it on Instagram and Facebook. And when I posted it, I believe I only had these 2 done of the row. So I finished 4 more squares on that row. And then I came up and did this square, and started another square and did this square. So I'm trying to get this a little more even because I kind of went a little crazy, and so I have like this row that I need to complete, and I have this row I need to complete, this row, and then I need to come back over here and do this row. And so I worked a lot on that yesterday. I think I've got 4 or 5 squares done on that yesterday. So now I'm going to show you, oh, actually that's all my whips, or works in progress. So now I'm going to talk about what's next on my needles. I am way behind on my Year of Alicia Plummer, so I really need to get one of those projects started. I did not work on either of the projects that I have on needles right now. I am planning on making a pair of socks for my husband's birthday, which is next week. So I need to get started on those. I've got the yarn caked up. Don't you love my project bag? I got the yarn caked up and the needle in there. I just need to get started on them. So I'm hoping to get those started hopefully today, maybe. We'll see. I'm also going to be starting my Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. I showed the colors in that I want to do my last podcast. I just need to wind those up and get started on that. Yeah, so I'm going to be busy, very busy. And we're getting ready to put new flooring down in our house that we're doing ourselves. So I'll have that to do on top of it, of all my knitting projects. I did get some yarn in the mail, so I'm going to show that. So this is a skein, sorry for the crinkling. This is a skein that I had ordered back in February, March. And it's one of those that you like order, and then she takes pre-orders. That's what it is. It's a pre-order. So this is by Desert Vista Dye Works. This is my first time ever ordering from her. And this yarn is called Flowers at the Bridge. And it's a self-striping. So there we go. It is a self-striping yarn. I just really love the pictures in her photograph that she had of it. So I'm interested in how that's gonna knit up. For some reason I thought the colors in that were gonna be a little bit darker, so I wouldn't say I was disappointed in it, but it wasn't completely what I was expecting either. But that's okay. I still like it. And then, Addison from, oh my goodness, her YouTube channel is escaping me right now. I'm gonna see if I can look it up real quick. I cannot think of her name. I'm so sorry. I will try to put it below. I know it's Roses and something, but I can't remember exactly. I think I talked about it on my last podcast. Anyway, she was having a de-stash, which means that she was going through her yarn and selling some skeins that she didn't want any longer. So I got this, which is a homespun house, and the birthday cake colorway. I just thought those speckles were a lot of fun. And then I also got this one, which is called Color Run. And I really like that. It's got a lot of orange in it, though. I'm not a huge orange fan, but I love all the speckles. So I'm hoping that once I get this wound up, that orange kind of distributes a little bit better, and it's really pretty, but I'm just not an orange person. But we'll see. I also got, so I do a monthly sock yarn club with Lolo Did It, her Hippos for Little Celebrations club. And I got that yarn the other day, but I'm not going to show it on this podcast. I'm going to wait and show it the next time I podcast, because I want everyone who is in that club to be able to get it and open it on their own before I spoil it for someone who may have ordered and watches this. So I cannot show that right now. Another thing that I am planning on working on, hopefully, is so I will definitely do another Hippo 4 sock for my box of socks. Then I will definitely do another sock for my other box of socks. I'm really hoping to get started on maybe one of my girls' sweaters. I had planned on, I have 5 daughters, and I was planning on knitting each of those daughters a harvest cardigan by Tin Can Knits. And I was hoping to have them all done like 2 Christmases ago. And I've only completed one. I also have one on the needles for myself, and it's not completed. And if I remember correctly, I think I'm like on the body part. I think I'm past the sleeves now. I'd have to go back and pull it out. But anyway, so I'd like to do that, get one of those started. I really want to start my weekender. I still need to pick out a color, and I have plenty of yarn to pick from. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about, and I forgot to put it in my notes. So I have been doing the Stash Down knit along with Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady, and from and with Julia Knitter from, oh my goodness, like podcasts and groups are escaping me. Twin Stitches, I think. Anyway, I've been doing a Stash Down, and this month is the first month that I have gotten super serious about it. Like, I've started keeping a journal of how many skeins I've used. So my next podcast, or the one after that, I will give my April stats on how many skeins from my stash that I have knit up. Kay went through and counted her stash. I don't have the time to do that. I don't have time to go through and count my stash. And I'm kind of scared too, because I don't really think I want to know that number of the amount of yarn that I have in my stash. But I will give updates as to how many skeins of yarn I used in April on my next podcast. I don't really have anything else to talk about or update you guys with. Like I said before, we've been doing lots of, last week was an expensive week for us because we ordered our flooring, and we decided to, instead of just redoing the flooring in like the dining room and the living room and the hallway, we decided to redo the flooring in the entire house. Our flooring just came in today, so we've got to pick that up. And then we're going to start on that. And like I said, we had to replace the washer and dryer, which the washer won't be here until this week. I ordered it last week. And the dryer is going to be even later because they didn't have any in stock. So I guess apparently a lot of people are getting new washing machines and dryers. I've started babysitting full time as of 2 weeks ago. I had planned on babysitting full time this summer, but since our governor called off school for the rest of the year, I went ahead and have started now. And I used to only babysit every other weekend. Now I'm doing it full time and every other weekend. So I have been really busy, which is why I'm not getting a lot of knitting done. But I get it done when I can. So I am going to jump off here now because one of the daycare kids that I am watching has woken up and has gotten into some stuff, and I need to go take care of that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and keep on crafting. Bye, guys.